Today, our fight for survival begins.
Hello there, Seraphim17 once again. This is my Extinction 3-star walkthrough. This is the 5th chapter and it's called Infestation. This is one of my favourite chapters in the game because it's slightly different. This is a chapter where we're going to be doing ground combat and ground combat alone because it's going to be introducing us to a new enemy known as, I believe, an elite jackal. The bonus objectives here are to killing these enemies and to saving civilians. It's all pretty simple stuff, and there are going to be no giants to kill. This is going to be 100% front lines against standard enemies. So this is the part of the game where, if you want to, you can experiment with the interesting combinations of button presses and the fun combo system that the game has implemented, but you're also going to understand that there isn't really any need to do it, and that is a problem that the game never rectifies. And the game has quite a lot of problems. It's a fun little game, but it's unfortunately not as good as it could have been because there's not really much to it. We're now on the 5th video, and you've pretty much seen everything you're going to see in this game. So if you're looking at this and wondering whether or not you should buy it, I'm hoping that that statement can help you along the way to know whether or not this is a purchase or a rental. Because the scenarios will escalate, it will get to the point where you're taking on much more of the large creatures, but they're never going to change what they look like. And I believe that this is the greatest failing of this game. I, for one, was very excited for this, and I was super stoked at this where the game could go. I thought by the end of it, you'd be taking on dudes with 6 arms, you know, dudes that don't have any arms and just have tons of legs, centaur people. I thought there'd be flying ones, I thought there'd be conjoined ones, I thought there'd be ones with 2 heads, I thought there'd be ones so covered in armour that you have to spend 20 minutes trimming it off them, but you never do. The game is literally what you've seen, and mild improvements on what you've seen. So far we've come up against a giant who had iron armour. Well, you're going to come up against a guy who has gold armour, and the only difference is instead of chopping 1 lock, you have to chop 4. And then after that, we're going to come up a guy who has armour that cannot be broken, so he has a very specific weakness. And then we're going to come up against a guy who has bone armour that can only be broken after they've attacked. But it's very specific bone armour, so if he attacks a building, it doesn't let you break the armour. He has to attack you, and it's only the limb that attacks, it's not all the limbs, because that's a good idea. And then once you've got, you know, a few of those killed, they'll introduce you to the Thorn version, which is essentially you have to hit a weak point twice to break armour. But they're still the same looking creatures, it's still the same mechanic, and if you do not enjoy this idea of saving people and killing small enemies to build up this gauge, and then cashing in the gauge to kill these giants that are trying to destroy your cities, you are not going to like this game, because it's all the game offers, and in today's age of video games and today's age of complexity, it's not enough. But what it is a nice fun distraction. So if you are looking for just something a little bit different and you just like chopping up orcs, this might be the game for you, but I just need to temper your expectations by telling you, you know that feeling inside that says I hope this gets better and I hope this evolves and continues to escalate and create and reinvent? That never happens. Thank you for watching, you take care now.